TCTV. I'm Amanda Bauer, and in our first story, in San Antonio de Platina, Brazil, a freaky phenomenon of hundreds of spiders hanging from midair from telephone wires in one giant web was captured on video. Eric Ries was shooting an engagement party for friends when he walked outside and saw the rare sight of what are known as social spiders. He shot a 4.5-minute long video and uploaded it to YouTube, titled "It's Raining Spiders in Brazil." If you have arachnophobia, watching this video might not be the best of ideas. Islamist preacher allegedly beat and tortured his 5-year-old daughter to death. Lama Al-Ghamdi was admitted to King Saud Hospital in Riyadh last March after suffering extensive injuries, including broken ribs, a crushed skull, bruising, and burns. Lama's mother and several high-profile activists in Saudi Arabia accused the girl's father, Fayyan Al-Ghamdi. According to CNN News, activists say Al-Ghamdi is an Islamist evangelist popular in Saudi Arabia for his televised appearances and for speaking on air about the rewards of repenting to God. But they also say he only fancies himself as a cleric and is not recognized by the clerical establishment. North Korea said Tuesday that it had conducted a new and more powerful underground nuclear test using more sophisticated technology, shaking the already fragile security situation in Northeast Asia. The testing drew concern from around the globe and prompted an emergency session of the UN Security Council on Tuesday morning. It is the first nuclear test carried out under the young leader Kim Jong-un, who seems to be sticking closely to his father's policy of building up the isolated state's military deterrent to keep its foes at bay. The test was designed to defend the country's security and sovereignty in the face of ferocious hostile act of the U.S. According to the North state-run Korean Central News Agency, the agency is referring to the U.S.-led sanctions on a recent launch of a long-range rocket. President Obama says the test was highly provocative and calls for swift international action. Civil Aviation Chief of Kuwait announced February 12th that Iraqi Airways will resume flights to the Gulf state for the first time since Saddam Hussein's forces' invasion in 1990. According to Fox News and the Associated Press, the approval came with a $500 million initiative from Baghdad to compensate for Kuwait's national carrier. This deal is in place in hopes to diminish the long-running dispute over the airways after the invasion. Civil Aviation Director Fawaz Al-Farah says flights will resume Saturday, February 16th. Kuwait's news agency announced that they will soon implement a schedule allowing for only 4 flights a week. 50-year-old Mr. Greer, who is known for his bombast and loyalty to former Governor Charlie Crist, entered a plea with the single word guilty. He did so without a plea agreement. The prosecutor in the case said Mr. Greer is expected to face some prison time, although it is unclear how much. Sentencing will take place on March 27th. Chicago police charged 2 men Monday with killing a 15-year-old girl. The Chicago gang members shot and killed Hadiya Pendleton, who just recently performed at an inauguration event in Washington with her school marching band. This murder was only one of a string of deadly shootings in Chicago lately, which may make President Obama take aim at gun control. One person was wounded near Transfer Industrial Park on Route 18, Northern Hermitage, around 8:15. She was taken to St. Elizabeth's Medical Center. Witness said that Route 18 closed to allow a helicopter to land. Officers and police dogs were searching for a white male and 2 black males. Police had set up the staging area at the Sheetz store on Route 18. There was no word of identity of the victim. In case you missed it, CBS released a wardrobe advisory last week for stars attending the Grammys. The dress code was placed in order to prevent wardrobe malfunctions and outfit controversies throughout the show. Showing too much skin and wearing any clothing item with a visible brand or words was prohibited. Stars such as Jennifer Lopez and others made fun of the guidelines, saying that they read the memo. However, as expected, some celebrities were violators of the Grammys dress code. Katy Perry, Jennifer Lopez, Kelly Rowland, Rihanna, and Ashanti were some of the dress code violators. The question is, will CBS impose a dress code for next year's Grammys, and will these guidelines be taken up by popular award shows? Last night at approximately 10 p.m., there was a report to Greenville Police Department about a possible gunfire in the area. Multiple departments, including Greenville and Thiel College Campus Police, searched the area. This search turned up no evidence of gunfire, but it did turn up the remains of recently discharged fireworks. The departments concluded that this was the cause of the report. Thankfully, Thiel College officials notified students of the conclusions of the search and the correct information about what had been going on.
Thank you. I'm Kendall with the sports. Everyone knows that the NCAA men's basketball can be quite interesting. The Big East was known to be one of the best conferences in college basketball, but some of the Big East teams are going to leave the conference to join another one. One of the teams is the Pittsburgh Panthers. They are having an amazing season. They had just beaten Syracuse, which was ranked the number 6 team in the nation. Keep an eye out for Pitt to make a run in a big show called March Madness. LeBron James blows past the Lakers once again. James is making everything look easy. He scored 32 points, and Dwayne Wade had 30, and the Miami Heat beat the Los Angeles Lakers 107-97 on their 5th straight win. It was James' 5th straight game with at least 30 points, a franchise record. James, who was 12 of 18 from the field, joined Moses Malone from the 1979 team and 1982 team as the only NBA player to score at least 30 and shoot at least 60% in 5 straight games. All in all, Monday proved to be a painful night for the Boston Celtics. Not only did they have their 7-game winning streak snapped at the hands of the NBA's worst team, but they might have suffered yet another costly injury in their 94-91 loss to the Charlotte Bobcats. Backup guard Leandro Barbosa injured his left knee late in the 3rd quarter and had to be carried to the locker room by a trainer and teammate. Coach Doc Rivers said Barbosa will have an MRI on Tuesday. The Philadelphia Eagles have re-signed quarterback Michael Vick to a 1-year deal. The contract is worth up to $10 million, and after the contract year, he will be a free agent. New head coach Chip Kelly was excited about the news and said, "I've never met him before, but the one thing that attracted me to him is that Michael Vick is a competitor." The Eagles ended up in last place in the NFC East with a 4-12 record. Now here's Anna with the weather.
Thank you, Kendall. I'm Anna with the weather today. Our temperature is 31 degrees here in Greenville, and our wind chill is about 20 degrees. If you look on the national weather, it's finally getting warm down south again. And if you look at our local radar, you can tell that it's pretty clear here in Youngstown and Cleveland and Pittsburgh and here in Greenville. And then we have our highs for today, just lower 30s, nothing special. Our lows for today are lower 30s and high 20s here in Greenville. And our 7-day forecast is getting warmer a little bit this week for Valentine's Day, and then it's going to get colder again and possibly snow this weekend. Thank you, Amanda. Back to you.
Thank you, Anna. And now in our next story, sponsored by International Student Affairs and Multicultural Affairs, Thiel College holds events for Diversity Week. It provides opportunities for learning different cultures of other countries and ethnicity. There are tons of things to enjoy from February 10th to February 15th. Diversity Week includes soul food feast, mini language lesson, international food taste test, and so on. Every student, faculty, and staff had better not miss this chance to experience unique culture of the world at Thiel College. If you need more information or have questions, please contact Shannon Reesh, SREESH at thiel.edu. The winter weekend did not disappoint Thiel College. Friday's festivals kicked the weekend off with non-stop fun for everyone. Hot tubs, beach volleyball, bouncy houses, and great food in the Dome. Many awards were given out to the fraternities and sororities at the Greek Summit on Saturday. Delta Sigma Phi was awarded Chapter of the Year, along with Sigma Kappa winning it for the girls. Later that night, the Black and White Affair Ball brought everyone together, looking fabulous and dancing the night away in their black and white attire. The Friends of the Greenville Library are hosting the 4th annual Toast to Reading this Saturday, February 16th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at the Greenville Library. It is a wine tasting fundraiser for the library. There will be a gift basket Chinese auction and wine featured from Freedom Run Winery, Country Yard Wineries, and 6 Mile Cellars. Tickets are available at the Greenville Library or at the door at $25 a person and $40 for couples. For more information, contact Jennifer Cather at 724-589-2188. In honor of Valentine's Day, romantic comedy cliches that actually happen, movies such as Hitch featuring Kevin James and Will Smith really happen in the real world. But relationships where one is the beauty and the other not as beautiful tend to thrive best. One study published suggests that relationships where the man is less attractive than the woman are happier and more emotionally satisfying. The reason? Those husbands are more committed and invested in pleasing their wives because they felt a beautiful wife was a good investment. And thank you. That's all for TCTV. Have a good night.